Welcome to the first world tour of my 9-month-long Minecraft Forever world. Now, if you guys want to skip straight to the world tour, and I won't blame you, I will leave a timestamp in this video for you guys to skip straight to the world tour, because I'm going to spend the next few minutes talking about why I'm doing the world tour in episode 8 rather than episode 10, and also the future of this world, and a little bit of the behind the scenes for the channel, the direction I'm going to take this channel over the next few months, over the next few years, something like that. So obviously, if you guys want to skip straight to the world tour, skip to this time right now. It's hopefully on screen if I figured out how to do an editing, but there will be a timestamp. You can skip to that, go straight to the world tour if you don't want to hear me yap for the next 6 minutes or something like that. But let's start off with why I am doing this world tour, episode 8 rather than episode 10. As many people will know, I went absolutely viral a few weeks ago on my review of the brand new Minecraft Bedrock shader packs, Prisma Visuals, and Luminous Dreams. Obviously, I have Luminous Dreams on right now. Go watch that video if you haven't already to see my opinions of the two. That video's got well over 5,000 views, well on its way to 6,000 now, which is by far, in a way, the most popular video I've ever done. And that, paired with a bunch of shorts I released over the past few weeks, has meant that I've gained like 30-something subscribers since then. And I'm fully aware that a lot of you who have joined will not know what the Minecraft Forever world is and will want catching up before we continue to go on. And also, I've done a lot of work in this world between videos. As long-time viewers would know, I'm not great with my upload consistency up until this point. So I've done a lot of work between my videos, like the village behind me. I just want to show you everything I've done between videos to catch everyone up before we go on to phase 2, which is the other reason why I'm doing this world tour. We're about to go into phase 2, what I call phase 2 of the Minecraft Forever world. Now, people who watched Operation Emerald County all the way back in the day, do not worry. This is not like Operation Emerald County. It's not the phases as in what I planned all the way back then with the 10-year plan and all that stuff. For people who didn't watch that series, Operation Emerald County was my 10-year plan for my previous Let's Play series. As you can tell by the fact we're in this world, that 10-year plan never came to being. But don't worry, I've not got a massive plan. It's not how Emerald County turned out. All I'm doing by calling it phase 2 is basically just saying that up until this point, up until episode 8, we've been working on the starting area, the City of Leaf, the starter village over here, my custom forest, and also the starter base, areas like this, as we've geared up, ready for what I am calling phase 2, which simply means, let me get my words straight, it just means that we're spreading out away from the starting areas. Obviously, we have this main kingdom area, which I've been working on over the last 9 months, but I want to move on to other builds outside of this area, so converting some villages off in the distance, some new cities around in the desert, stuff like that. Really starting to build a world rather than an area. That's all I mean by phase 2. It simply means that from now on, videos will include videos in this area still, but also mixed in videos from elsewhere, other projects that aren't quite as connected to what I've already built, but are connected in the grand scheme of things. So that's the only reason why I'm doing this world tour. But apart from that, thank you guys who stuck with me for this Yap Fest. I don't know how long it took. It took about, 4 minutes, which is shorter than my previous attempt at doing this. I have actually done an attempt at doing this before, but turns out my microphone was muted. So I am rushing this recording halfway through editing the video, hoping to get it uploaded in 2 hours' time. So I'm going to leave you guys to the world tour. I hope you guys enjoy. I love this world so much, as so many of you already know. And I hope you guys love it as much as I do. This is by far the best world I've ever built inside of Minecraft. And I cannot wait to see how much further we can take this over the next 10, 20, however many years the Forever World can go on for. Hopefully, as implied by the name, it can go on forever. So I hope you guys enjoy the world tour. I will see you later. Goodbye. There is no better place to start this world tour than my starter base, where the whole world has grown from over the past 9 months. This was built all the way back in episode 1 in February and was actually the first starter base I've ever truly built, and also the first one where I was able to bring everything I have learned of building over the past 2 years into one build. This was the first time I used real gradients and all that sort of stuff, new roofs and everything like that. This was probably the most experimental build I'd ever done at the time. I had not used mangrove at all. I know it's been out for like 3-4 years, something like that. This was my first time using mangrove to this scale as a trim, and I absolutely loved it. Now, initially we built this main little section. There's still no interiors. One thing you guys are going to notice about this world as we go through is there are very few interiors. I believe I've got 3 completed. I am trying to fix that by doing an interior every single episode, but it is a skill that I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to improve my builds. I was focusing on the actual construction before doing the interiors, but we built this central area to start back in episode 1 of my bedroom up here, which is now the home of my shulker monster. This was in an old barn area, but I have demolished that for a new terraforming and village project. But this whole area has changed so much over the past few months. This used to be a completely different site. There wasn't a village here. There weren't farm. Well, there was a wheat farm here, but there used to be my main tree harvesting unit over there, like hundreds of trees, terrible views. And this over here, this custom terraform platform, there used to be a mountain over here. In fact, if you came probably about a block out here, you would be at the height of somewhere between the floor and that mountain. There's an entire classic, terrible Minecraft generated hill back here that I've completely taken down and converted it across the world, stuff like that, to build out this beautiful courtyard area. So this section was episode 1. Episode 2, we expanded out to this first tower, which is my storage unit. Obviously, this was my temporary starter base storage areas, which are still massively in use. I still have to clear out a lot of this, and it's an absolute mess. Obviously, I haven't got many storage rooms dotted around my world yet. I have a mud farm storage room and my foliage storage room, working on my wood one as well. But my eventual goal is to have my storage room spread across the entire world, so that similar to Whip and his hardcore world, I have to travel around the world and go back to builds I've already completed in order to see stuff. But after that, I came back out here off camera between videos, and I built this courtyard and these 2 extra towers right at the back to bring about this sort of castle look. These are not have no interiors, no purpose either. They're just tall and purely there for aesthetics. But along this corridor are our world maps. As you can see, my first one was April 6th, 2025. This is when I announced that I was going to be taking a break in my Minecraft videos for my exam. So this was after episode 3 and after I just finished expanding the starter base. And this is what the world looked like back then. As you can see, the view that I just mentioned about the village and the farms, that's what used to be here. Trees and wheat. That was what used to be here. It's absolutely amazing. But you can start to see where parts of my world are starting to be. This is where my old barn used to be, which is now being demolished, RIP. Because here, that's my cow farm, that's my sheep farm, and this is the custom terraform platform, which we'll be expanding to later. But now, go towards when I came back to YouTube on episode 4, I believe, June 23rd, 413 days in, which reminds me, I know that says 413 days, and my days played counter says 306. I had a glitch with a cinema add-on, which I used for loads of my videos before. I now do it in a different method, and that reset my days played counter. So whatever you see in the corner adds 571. So we are actually on day 877, not 306, just so you guys are aware about that. But this was June when I came back from my break, and you can see all the work that I did in that little gap. Over here, and you're going to see this later, is the initial start of my main medieval city of Leaf. This was here. This is my mud farm and a few little sugarcane farm and bamboo farm. This originally started as a few little areas to set up some trading and some blocks I was going to use. And then I decided to cover them up with city builds. And then from there, the city just grew and grew and grew. And this was when I was starting out from my favorite part, the foliage district, this little corner here, where you can just about see between these. You can see my planning for it. This is my favorite part of that city so far. Foliage district is absolutely amazing. But up here is where my old dockyard was going to be. But I come across again, and this is actually the work that we did in the videos. It was episode 4, 5, and 6. As you can see here, you have the foliage district, the guild hall, which we'll go visit later, and the street where I spent 100 days building roofs and practicing my roof building. And you can see all the plans I have for new builds. And you can also see where I began to demolish all the trees, get rid of that old wheat field, and started to work on the village, which is currently out the back of my starter base. But speaking of outside the starter base, it's time to jump out of here, stop looking at the maps, and go into the actual world. And we are going to start with what is still one of my favorite spots of my entire world, and that is this custom terraform platform out here. Now, as I mentioned, this entire area has been custom landscaped. All of it is not what was originally here. I'll show you guys what this world originally looked like in this exact location roughly back on episode 1 versus how it is looking today, because it has changed completely. And this build right here, episode 3 of the Minecraft Forever world, I fell in love with terraforming. This was the first ever terraforming project I have ever done. I know it's really hard to believe. I absolutely love this so much. I love this shot. It took such a long time to do it, but you need a lot of patience to do terraforming, which is something that I found out. But I still love this, and the shaders make it 100 times better. But even in vanilla enhanced worlds, even like that, just vanilla shaders, vanilla textures, it still looks absolutely amazing. And I still love this so much. These are my first ever custom trees, which I think you can sort of tell now. You can start to tell that these are my first ever ones, and I haven't come back to revisit them. But I still absolutely love these so much. And now I think we are not going to go into the city. We are going to continue out here to what I built between episodes 6 and 7, which was actually when I had one of my motivation problems, and I built this entire village off camera. This wasn't actually built off camera. It was built in videos that never got released. Basically, the first one I recorded, I had a really bad issue all the way back in September where my entire world corrupted, and I thought that I had lost the Minecraft Forever world forever. By far the scariest half hour of this entire world. And then I lost all the footage for that. So I came back, did the video again, and then never uploaded it. I never really finished the video. But this is my farming village. As you can see here, we have carrots, wheat, and potatoes along the side of the starter base. But out here, we also have roses and stuff like that. My eventual goal is to have a large sort of farming field area crossing the entire world with loads of different fields of flowers and actual crops and stuff like that. Loads of little farming villages like these ones. All of these builds have been taken from Pinterest. I don't think any one of them are like original to me. I think maybe the sort of turret one out the back is original. This one is mine and that one's mine. But most of these are taken either directly from Pinterest or being inspired by builds I've seen on Pinterest. So yeah, Pinterest is by far the best thing to actually use to get inspiration for your builds, especially if you want to improve your builds. And these actually have interiors, 2 of these. This one in the corner here and this mud house right here. This is the first interior that I have, and I really love this one. I actually quite like it quite a lot actually. So you come up here, we have just a very small little simple thing. I use gold ore blocks and copper ore blocks to sort of symbolize carrots and wheat, because as you can see out here, wheat field, carrot field. This guy's like a farmer. And then we have a small little crafting table, and this was my first ever build with the shelf block, and I quite like it. I think I could change it a bit because you can't get through here. And then up here on this small little mezzanine, we have our little balcony area where our bed is. And I've got a similar sort of design in the other one in our mud house over here as well. And this one is a little bit better, I'm going to say. This was a little bit more practice, a little more time, and quite a bit bigger. As you can see, I have a full little kitchen area, small little area, like a little dining table sort of thing. His little, the guy who lives here, this would be storage, stuff like that, actual shelf blocks. But the shelves can also be used for trims for, yet again, another mezzanine little bed area. I love this so much. I use this bed more than my own starter base now, my main base. I just come in here and just sleep in here because I love this building so much. But now, let's jump over to my return to Minecraft videos. And what is, by far and away, the build that cemented this world for me, I'm going to say. The City of Leaf was pretty good, and you guys will see it later. But this build right here, the Abandoned Cathedral, is so good. I love this so much. This was my first ever experimentation, sort of, with texturing. Now, obviously, I've got a small little house here, so like a gatekeeper, a groundskeeper of the cathedral. And I love this building so much. This was actually built on streams and in episode 7 as well. I designed this on stream, which is something I have to get back to doing again. I've gone a few weeks without streaming, which is all on me. I need to get back into doing that. But I still absolutely love this cathedral so much. Now, right now, it is actually levitating on a grass platform, as I will show you around here. But eventually, I plan on coming back down here, doing some custom cliffs, redoing this entire river to make this feel a lot grander. But this entire cathedral area, I just love this so much, especially from this sightline over the river, because you have this little bit coming out here, these old towers that are crumbled down. Again, this is by far one of my favorite builds in the entire world, but not my favorite. And we are actually about to go over to my favorite build, the one that I have, my most recent build, episode 8, I think, of the Minecraft Forever world, the one that nobody has watched because it got copyrighted and YouTube absolutely killed it in the algorithm. My first ever custom forest. I cannot express how much I love this build. It is, I absolutely love this. Considering this is my second attempt at terraforming, I absolutely love it. So the main idea is you come through from these little landing areas on the river, which I still have to finish terraforming. You come down here and you have this entire custom forest with all these trees, none of which, all of these are inspired by other YouTubers, and I've tried to put my own creative flair on them. And then the custom landscape on like the forest floor is what I built up near the starter base, but with the trees around it. And I just accidentally made a screenshot there. I just absolutely love this. I just love it so much. Building this was one of my favorite things I've ever built. And eventually we are going to be building a sort of village out here, because as you can tell, once again, this is not where the original Minecraft terrain was. I'll show you what this looked like a month ago right now. As you can see, I've demolished an entire village in order to build this, and my eventual goal is to rebuild that village with actual nice appealing buildings, and then bringing the villagers back in here, and then eventually off towards the river over this small little bridge and over these little rivers. I'm going to build my wood storage area, which is going to be a lumber mill. I still have to work on it. I'm still designing it in a creative test world. It's going to be around here with some more trees as we expand the forest out. It is going to look so cool. And for anyone wondering how I've done this with the sugarcane here, how it just go without water, it's not without water. I've got water right here. I basically just put some water down, place a slab, you don't know it's there, and then you've got sugarcane just out in the open, away from any sort of water source. So you can see I do that quite a lot across my worlds, just because I want that little bit of extra sort of vibrancy, a little bit of density to it. I've got a bit of string on this one. That's supposed to be 2. But yeah, this is still by far and away my favorite build I have ever done. I cannot wait to expand it. Eventually, this is going to go all the way over to this lake here, and then off towards where this entire current Minecraft natural forest is. We're going to replace it all with this, and I cannot wait. But now it is time to jump into the biggest and the main build of my world so far, the City of Leaf. And we can start off with the gatehouse, well, not the gatehouse, but the gates that I have built and the city walls that I've already started working on. As you can tell, this is a very big build. These city walls are going to spread across the entire section, and the City of Leaf is the main capital city of what will eventually be my main sort of my medieval kingdom, basically. My eventual goal is to have multiple kingdoms spread across the world, but this is the main one. This is the big one. And I still love this area so much. It started back here, actually, with my sugarcane farm. This isn't a custom design. Basically, what I did is I put 6 units of a regular sugarcane farm together, did some bubble elevator stuff, and there's a large hopper collection system at the back. Obviously, I haven't quite finished this area. This is all just a facade for it. And all of these builds are literally just covering it up. I haven't done it with my bamboo farm yet. It's really embarrassing because the bamboo farm and the sugarcane farm were built at the exact same time. And I built these all the way back in May, June time. So the fact that I still haven't gone to this part of the city yet, I'll get to it eventually. Probably, maybe. I just have to get some more city build designs going in. But now that we're in this location, let's start with the Foliage Guildhall. This is the biggest building in the entire sort of world. So the idea of it starting is this is the original Guildhall, this one building here. There's loads of buildings that all come together. This is the original Guildhall. There's no actual interior for it yet. But then, and this is the Foliage Guildhall. Obviously, this is the City of Leaf. So as you might be able to gather, it's built around the foliage trade. This is the foliage district of my city, as you'll see over there in a minute. And this was the original Guildhall for all the foliage traders. But then over time, they bought this chapel on the other side of the street, connected it with a bridge, and then started exporting stuff like this on this main tower. And then they built even more. They bought this main massive tower. This is the tallest building in the entire city. And another replica of this exact building beside it. And that is the size of the Guildhall. As you can see here, another Guildhall building and the tower as well out here. All of these builds have all been connected via the bridges, none of which have interiors yet, and I do have to actually work on. But this is the main building in this section of the world. I remember building this. I started out by building the chapel, which I was actually really skeptical about. I did not like this main chapel building for so long as I was building this. I still remember like just thinking this is not at my level. This is not what I want to build at all. But then I built this little mud sort of tower here, and then went on to the Guildhall and decided to connect the two across. And then I just couldn't stop myself. I originally built these two just on their own, and this was going to be the main Guildhall. And then I wanted to build another tower and make it more grand, so I built another tower. And then I wanted to go even further, so I built another Guildhall next to it. And now it's the biggest build I've done in this entire world. But right next to the Foliage Guildhall is our Foliage Market. And I love this one so much again. Not because of this market, these are regular market stalls, but because of this site right here. Again, there's the tower here. This is the first tower I built inside this world. This one is where the main foliage storage will eventually be. And we have these small buildings around it. This one here, for the longest time, was my favorite. I absolutely love this building so much. This is eventually going to be a tavern when I get to doing the interior. And this was amazing. I loved building this so much. This is my first ever build with pale wood. And I think it went off pretty well. These two here are stolen from Whip's world just because I had no idea what to build at all and I needed to practice my style. These market builds are all mine. And then this right here, this sort of like bit here, was originally going to be like a fishmonger's sort of area. But then I converted it to being a storage unit for the market. And then eventually we're going to do a little bit of custom terraforming out here, build a small little park. But now, to finish off the world tour, is this main road here. This was built in my 100 days video, and I love some of these buildings. Some of them are a little bit lackluster, like this one right here. But then we go on to here. This is Fisher's Bar. This was the first interior I have ever built, and I really love this. The idea of it was sort of inspired by these two houses here. Were inspired by the house in Up, Pixar's Up, which was like the older building. I'm sure you guys have all seen it. The older building, the one of the Carl's house, surrounded by the more modern city. Now, obviously, this is a medieval city, so I couldn't quite get away with it. The idea was to have these sort of older, more decrepit buildings next to these larger 3-story ones to sort of bring that vibe across. And then here we also have the Farmer's Inn, which again, my second interior, it's decent. Upstairs is terrible. It was a lot bigger than I thought it was when I originally started building it. And I think it's gone pretty well. Obviously, this is going to be for like sort of farmers, stuff like that. There's a small little area. There were 2 little rooms I originally planned up here. But I've also built these small little alleyways crossing through, which obviously right now have not got any buildings going for it. But my eventual plan is to have the main roads going through the city. Then also have these small little alleyways dotted around that feel really tight, and it's just absolutely amazing. I just cannot wait to bring them in. But as we continue down this road, you get a little bit more custom tree work. Again, these are some of my early custom trees. They're still not brilliant. And we just keep continuing up. And eventually, going up this road is going to lead off towards part of the main city. So just to finish off this world tour, I'm going to show you the extent of the City of Leaf. The City of Leaf is going to come all the way from the edge of this headland around here. And I'll probably cover up this river as well. And it's going to run all the way along here, past what I've already built, this main city here. We're going to have a seawall along here, so I'll probably expand this section like that. As you can see, we have this entire section of building. This is just the main part of the early part of the city. Down here, we're going to have our little dockyard area, so even more grungy builds, expanding that as well. And as we continue, we're going to have the city running along there. There's going to be the docking area, so all the dirty industrial units. Cross the river, which I still have to work on. We have a library up here, new roads going across. The city will continue up here. And then eventually up on this hill, this is where, once again, this world is being inspired by Whip. In case you guys haven't been able to tell so far, he's a massive inspiration for the Minecraft Forever world. Up here, we are going to build our university, or the main building of the city, which is eventually going to have like this main big wall next to the ocean. So as you can imagine, this city is going to be very big, considering you can't even see what I've already built from over here. So this city is going to be massive. I don't want to overdo it like I did with Emerald City back in Emerald County, my old Minecraft world. So this will be done over many, many years alongside many other projects. But anyway, guys, that is my Minecraft Forever world. I hope you guys did enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoyed this world tour. I hope you guys love this world as much as I do and are excited to see how far I can get this to go. My voice is completely gone right now. It is really struggling to keep talking. For how long has it been? Been talking for 24 minutes. So my voice is about to absolutely butcher itself. But I hope you guys did enjoy this world tour. I will be returning next Thursday for episode 9 of the Minecraft Forever world, where we are going to jump away from this area of the world and start working outside of the initial Leaf area, the Leaf District, as I'll call it. I actually think I just came up with that. I think I'm pretty proud of that. But this is the Leaf District. Next episode, we'll be out in a new area, either my new desert city, which I'm planning on building, or dotted around the world doing random projects, stuff like that. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I have been Emerald Lord, and I will see you in the next Minecraft video. Goodbye.